Um, I'm walking. I'm walking in The Hague at the moment. I just want to show this building. As you see, you can hear. Yeah, here you can see the 3X again, which is 666. In numerology. Here again. So then you know it. That building has its occult purpose why they've built it. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. It's a bit cold today. Look, in my previous video of about 2 minutes, I believe, that I made in the library, I made clear that not every benefit is a blessing unto you. And I want to expand upon that because in these days, there are many believers. I'm not talking about people that just go to church and that's it. I'm talking about real believers now, right? There are believers that don't see any problem at all with astrology, with tarot cards, with mediums, or with alternative spirituality that has nothing to do with the Lord Jesus Christ. Now listen carefully what I'm saying here. It is true that the kingdom of darkness, I'm talking about the demonic realm, it is true that the demonic realm can and is able to give you certain benefits. That's it. It's true. However, you need to remember that nothing, but that absolutely nothing from the kingdom of darkness is for free. So it can be that you, for example, I'm giving concrete examples now so that you'll get my point. Let's say you have a guy who's in his freshman year at university and he is quite shy, he has no friends. He can join a Greek fraternity, one of those student clubs. So, you see? And if he does that, he has to go through an initiation. He has to join the brotherhood, and after he goes through the initiation, then every week, or more than twice a week, there are ceremonies and parties that he's obliged to go. And remember, he goes to those parties and those ceremonies from time to time. There he meets other people, and he becomes emotionally involved with others, and yes, he gains friends, and it will have an effect upon his physical health, because social interaction is also important for your physical health. People that have people that have none or very little social interaction, they'll develop physical illness and diseases within their bodies. So indeed, that young shy guy, he joined a Greek fraternity, he gained friends, he also is certain now, due to his membership of the fraternity, that he will get his degrees, because the professors were also members of the fraternity, will help them out. That's all true. But that benefit didn't come for nothing. By joining that Greek fraternity, he has now established negative soul ties between him and the other people, that fraternity. And beside that, by making that oath and accepting that initiation, he has now bound himself to demonic principalities that have now gained influence and rulership in his life. And because of that, the only friends and only social benefit that he has are those from within a fraternity or from other fraternities. So basically, he gained friends but lost his freedom. That's one example. Another example is you have a woman that, she's single and she wants to have a man. Okay? And she reads a book of Anton LaVey, who was the founder of the Church of Satan. He reads one of his books because Anton LaVey, he did wrote a book for girls how to use witchcraft upon men. There are basically 3 models girls can choose from, but I'm not going to discuss those models here because I don't want anyone to practice what's written in that book. Let's say a woman reads that book and she applies those techniques in her life. And before you know it, indeed, she meets a guy, a graduate from one of the best universities. He has a good job. She marries him, and now she's living with her husband in a nice apartment. So the world would say, well done. She's blessed. Now, hold on a moment. She used the methods of Satan to get that man. So, Satan is cursed. So, every method of Satan is also a cursed method. And you cannot use a cursed method to gain a blessing. So, she may have a husband now, living in a house, but that man she is married to was not capable, nor was he ready to get involved in a serious relationship. So now they are fighting all the time. Or now she is married with a guy, but the guy is irritated by her behavior because she herself is immature and doesn't want to take responsibility for her actions. So her husband is now tired of her. Her husband begins to cheat, and now she is stuck with a marriage that is harming her. Because understand one thing: when you gain a benefit from spiritism, it's not spirituality, spiritism, and you use worldly, diabolical methods to gain a blessing, you gain a benefit, but behind that benefit there is misfortune. And often it's the misfortune itself that comes disguised as a benefit. Because, for example, that woman, and I use as an example in this video, she had issues within herself that she needed to be dealt with. But she didn't want to deal with those issues. She just thought, okay, if I just have a man, everything's going to be fine. And she didn't want to listen. She didn't want to listen to anyone. So now, she, on her own, she decided to read that book of Anton LaVey. Or, I'm saying it's not really a book, it's a manuscript, however you want to call it. And yeah, she did get what she wanted, but it wasn't what she needed. There's nothing wrong with having a husband for a woman, but the woman needs to be in order first, and the marriage should come at the right time. Now, this woman was foolish. She had issues that weren't resolved, and now she got a husband on the wrong time with the wrong motivation. A benefit, the world calls it. It's not a blessing. So understand the difference between a benefit and a blessing. You see? Because young people, both young men and young women, make very stupid choices just to have benefits. I'm not talking about sexual relationships only. I'm talking about work. I'm talking about education. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about, the books they read. I'm talking about the way they view life. I'm talking about every area of life. Many young men and young women make very stupid and very dangerous choices just to have benefits. And they do get the benefits they want, but often it's misery, misfortune disguised as a benefit. So, not every benefit is a blessing. And do not, and I repeat, never under any circumstance go to witch doctors or to witches or the clairvoyant or any other form of the occult or spiritism to get answers for your life. You may get answers, but it will not be the truth. It will not be what the Lord intended for you. Okay? Well, that being said, I'm going to close this video now, and may the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ be with you all.